was married from the village and shipped to Italy to a man who used me as if I was not human. This story happened over 15 years ago, and I'm here to share my story because I made a huge recovery by the grace of God. Now, I met this man only once during that time when he visited Nigeria, and he said he liked me and he wanted to marry me. I was happy and smiling like a fool because I was quite young and naive. This man is 18 years older than me, and then I had just finished secondary school. I was planning to enter the university, and he told me that he was going to send me to school in Italy. So he traveled back and he made arrangements with my parents. They paid my bride price and did everything. Few months after that, I traveled to Italy to come and meet my loving husband. This man did not bring me to Italy as his wife because we were not legally married. He just paid bride price and did papers for me, and I traveled. So when we got to Italy, we did a court wedding and I signed papers. I didn't know what it contained because all the documents were in Italian and I did not understand a thing. I thought I came to marry the love of my life, a man who is going to take care of me. So I blindly signed almost 8 papers. I did not know I was signing a trap, a very big trap for myself. So my supposed loving husband is a big time jobless gigolo in Italy. This man practically brought me to Italy to become his slave. So when I got to Italy, the first 2 weeks was sweet. He was taking me places, he was showing me around and everything. He was cooking for me. There's a lot of food in the fridge. The ones I brought from Nigeria, I started cooking them and stocking them up in the fridge until he told me that I needed to start working, which I was like, okay, no problem. This man took me to a farm in a very far place and said I will be working there. I said okay. I asked him where does he work. He said he's working in another location, but this is the only place available for me. And I started working in a farm. I didn't know I was the only one doing the hard work in that house. My husband was just gallivanting Italy with different women while I do the work. The first day I resumed work, I came back home to meet my husband on top of another woman. I had barely spent 1 month in Italy. I had already caught my husband cheating with another woman, and he didn't even flinch. He was not even remorseful about it. When I got to the house and I saw him, he was introducing me to another woman. He said I should go inside. He's going to explain later. He treated it as if he was talking to his house girl. I should go inside. Like, I was so surprised I couldn't say anything. He came to tell me that woman has been his life. She's the one that gave him papers, blah blah blah. He cannot do without her. That is his wife here in Italy. That if I must remain here, I have to cope with all of this. Why did you bring me if you knew you had a wife? He said they are not legally married, but she is somebody he cannot do without. So anytime she comes here, I should respect her. He was giving me all sorts of rules and regulations. So you were sending me out to go and work, so you will have the opportunity to do this. Where exactly do you work? He said I shouldn't question him. That was when I knew that I had entered trouble. The next day I got to work. So one lady that we worked together noticed that I was not looking myself. We came from the same state. So she was asking me, what's wrong with you? Are you okay? I said I was fine. I didn't know who to trust. I can't just open my mouth and start talking. So I kept on managing all his nonsense. The woman he introduced to me was not the only one I met him with. I saw him with different other ladies. He will bring ladies, do what he wants to do, and they will pay him money. Hey, I was so surprised to my bones that a man is doing this. I thought it is only for ladies. I managed all this nonsense for good 2 years before I opened my mouth to tell anybody about it. So that lady that we worked with, she was no longer working in the farm because farm work is quite tedious. But we were still in communication. We were quite close. So she said she got a job somewhere else and she wanted me to come and work there. But my husband said never. He never wanted me to be smart. My husband connected his account number to the farm and they pay my salary to his account. So this man would be the one to give me money to buy everything while I am working. I did not even know how much they were paying me. I would be struggling to send my mother 20,000 naira at home while I am doing all the work. Like, I was just used to the point where I couldn't take it anymore. That was when I opened my mouth and I told that my lady friend about everything I have been experiencing. And she said, no, this is not something we can talk on the phone. She now told me that first of all, I need to go and look for those documents that I signed and snap everything and show her that I might have signed a trap I did not know about. So I asked my boss if it was possible for me to change the account number. He said the person that brought me and signed my contract on my behalf used his name to sign the contract, use the account number. Except the person comes and change it himself, I cannot do anything. So I just told my friend to forget about the account number. So I started looking for those documents. I looked for it for months in that house. I didn't see it. So gradually she told me that I need to start learning the language. I need to start learning how to read in Italian so that I will know exactly what I signed in case I find them. Farm work is quite tedious. I will still come back home. I will cook for this man. He will still use me in the bedroom the way he likes. So I was managing to learn with the little time I have. Every day I was going to work, Sunday to Sunday. I was always at work. So it took me a lot of time to learn it on my phone. I had already spent 4 years in Italy before I learned how to read in Italy, and I couldn't even read it properly. I was just so naive and I did not even have the time to learn the language properly. The only thing I did was hiding the fact that I could now understand Italy to my husband. So I told my friend that since I didn't know what I signed, I needed to start recording my husband and all the women he's bringing to this house in case that can help me in future. So I told one of my colleagues who was living close to town to help me to get cameras, and he got me some tiny cameras I have not seen before, and I put it all over my house. I put about 3 in the whole house, and I was just praying and hoping that this man will not find it. One day when I closed from work, I was watching the videos of everything he was doing. I was so pained. So there was a time my husband decided to travel to Nigeria. At this point, I had stayed almost 5 years in Italy. So when he traveled, I took a day off from work. I stayed in the house. I turned that house upside down. I did not see those documents. So I called that my friend and I told her that I scattered this house. I did not see that document. My friend said that she don't worry. So that Sunday, my friend came, started checking everywhere. This man hid this document at the back of a painting. I didn't know how my friend saw it, but we saw it. So we opened it, we snapped it, and we started reading it. Hey God, this man made me sign a prenup that if I should ever divorce him, I was going to pay him back every penny he spent bringing me to Italy. And if I ever cheated on him, I was going to pay him 50,000 euros. I signed all these documents like a fool. I didn't know what I was signing. I signed a lot of documents ignorantly. Basically, whatever I own in that country belongs to him. That is what I signed. Like, how can a human being be this wicked? Okay, if I cheated on you, take everything. That's why this man has been forcing me to sleep with one of his boss. That the boss is going to give me a lot of money. He's going to give him promotion. I say, promotion in which office that you are working? So while he was away in Nigeria, whenever we spoke, I kept on telling him that I was missing him. He said, what are you missing me for? Shebi, I told you to go and meet that man. You said you don't want. You would have changed your life. I said, well, I was respecting you, but now that you are not around, call him to come and meet me. Give me his number. I'm now ready because I'm alone in this house. So he sent me the man's number and asked me to call him. So I called the man and I told him that, please, my husband told me that I should come and meet you. What arrangements do you have with him? He said he does not have any arrangements with my husband. That my husband provides ladies for him, and that is all. So I recorded that conversation and I asked him to please